人要殺我，
我不啲條命嘅當我水，一日未捉到個殺手，我唔會俾佢再槍無險。
Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Deep De Silva, and this is my review of Undercover Duet. I'd been looking forward to seeing Undercover Duet for quite a while. Not just because of the movie, but because its release had been delayed for quite some time. Mark Wu wrote, directed, and co-stars in Undercover Duet. He wrote and directed Due West, Our Sex Journey. He wrote Lan Kwai Fong 1 and 2, and Iceman 3D. But I watched Undercover Duet anyway. Undercover Duet tells the story of James, an aspiring actor who lives with his sister, played by Ava Yu. She's as blind as two bats, which should be clear from the way she's dressed. James witnesses and videos a crime. A lot of people want that evidence, or they want James dead. The local police want James to testify, so they enlist the aid of D. Dragon, played by Ronald Cheng. He's a local undercover cop who was raised in Harlem. No, really. I was pleasantly surprised by how much this movie managed to avoid a lot of the racist pitfalls that occur in local film when black people or black culture is involved. Luckily for us, we're not supposed to take this aspect of D. Dragon's character seriously. I think we're expected to laugh at the character and not just for what he says. The credit for that goes to Ronald Cheng, whose performance is funny, engaging, and in a strange way, convincing. He switches effortlessly between Cantonese and English, sometimes in mid-sentence, though the English tends to be profanity about 90% of the time.
Fuck you.
I think that by doing that, it helped the movie avoid a Category 3 rating. So that means that Undercover Duet is rated 2B, which explains why there was a family of 4 sitting behind me in the cinema. It doesn't explain why the younger of the two boys parroted every single profanity that Ronald Cheng said in English. Undercover Duet is funny and it's entertaining, but I wouldn't want to say it's a good movie. But I will say that I sincerely doubt that it ever really intended to be a good movie. It's a very lowbrow local comedy, and the audience that I watched it with seemed to enjoy themselves quite thoroughly. There's a lot of verbal humor, some slapstick, and at least one sequence that is gleefully juvenile, but at the same time, nauseatingly squirm-inducing. I was sincerely impressed by Mark Wu's willingness to indulge in self-deprecation. He makes himself the butt of an awful lot of jokes and seems willing to do virtually anything to get a laugh, and I mean anything. Like a lot of local movies, you could say that Undercover Duet is basically cinematic fast food. Cheap, greasy, and just the thing when you're in the right mood. Now, all that said, there is still quite a lot to enjoy in Undercover Duet. A lot of the verbal humor is in Cantonese and English, so I actually felt kind of included. There's also some pretty impressive action work from Ronald Cheng. I was watching him closely, and it seems like he does quite a lot of his own fighting and stunts. Peter So Manfeng, aka Master So, self-deprecatingly plays a cop whose knowledge of feng shui and other associated nonsense plays too large a role in his investigative procedures. There is a huge number of cameos in this film. They vary in length from the literally momentary appearance of Gregory Wong to a scene-length appearance from Chrissy Chow. You've probably never heard of
Cheng.
I know I haven't, but he bears a striking resemblance to a very famous local movie star, from certain angles anyway. There are some very local and very topical jokes, including a news report from April Dairy in the unique style for which a similarly named news organization is famous. The South American psychotropic ayahuasca makes an appearance, which I found nearly as surreal as the drug itself, from what I've read. And as long as we're talking about surreal, why was that guy pissing blood? And why did I have to see it? I enjoyed Undercover Duet, but I think part of that was because I didn't expect too much of it. The story is silly. The actors are silly. The humor is really silly. But if that's what you're in the mood for, you're going to enjoy the movie. If you want to watch it, I recommend you go see it in the cinema. It's a lot of fun that way. Otherwise, wait till you can rent it or buy a disc. Don't steal this or any other movie. When this movie gets released to home video, I'll update the description below with a link to where you could buy it. If you enjoyed my review, please tell me. If you didn't enjoy it, tell me. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.